Python decorator example. I am learning a bit about decorators from a great tutorial on decorator, but have found myself rather confused by one example. First, a simple example followed by an explanation is given for what a decorator is. Now this makes sense to me. A decorator is simply a wrapper to a function. And in this guy's explanation he says a decorator is a function that takes another function as an argument, generates a new function, and returns the generated function to be used anywhere. And now the equivalent to the above code is I believe I understand the way a decorator is initialized when given no arguments. Correct me if I am wrong. The decorator by default passes in the function get_text, and because p_decorate returns a function func_wrapper, we end up with the true statement get_text equals func_wrapper. What is important to me is the first code block equivalent, because I see and understand how the decorator is behaving. What very much confuses me is the following code. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is my understanding. The decorator accepts the tag string p instead of the default function name. And in turn the function tags_decorator assumes that the parameter that will be passed in is the function being decorated, get_text. It might be helpful for me to see the equivalent block of code in non-decorator form, but I can't seem to wrap my head around what that would begin to look like. I also don't comprehend why tags_decorator and func_wrapper are both returned. What is the purpose of returning two different functions if a decorator only needs to return one function to wrap get_text? As a side note, it really comes down to the following. Can this block be simplified to something less than a set of three functions? Can decorators accept more than one argument to simplify code?
Within limits, everything after the add is executed to produce a decorator. In your first example, what follows after the add is just a name. So Python looks up p_decorate and calls it with the decorated function as an argument. Oversimplified a bit, get_text is not initially bound to the original function, but you got the gist already. In your second example, the decorator expression is a little more involved. It includes a call. So Python uses tags p to find the decorator. In the end, this is what then is executed. The output of tags p is the decorator here. I call the tags function itself a decorator factory. It produces a decorator when called. When you call tags, it returns tags_decorator. That's the real decorator here. You could instead remove the decorator function and hardcode the p-value and use that directly. But then you'd have to create separate decorators for each possible value of the argument to tags. That's the value of a decorator factory. You get to add parameters to the decorator and alter how your function is decorated. A decorator factory can take any number of arguments. It is just a function you call to produce a decorator. The decorator itself can only accept one argument, the function to decorate. I said, within limits at the start of my answer for a reason. The syntax for the expression following the at only allows a dotted name, foo.bar.baz. So attribute access, and call, arg1, arg2, keyword equals arg3. See the reference documentation. The original PEP 318 states, the decorator statement is limited in what it can accept. Arbitrary expressions will not work. We don't prefer this because of a gut feeling. 17.
If you want to see more, please consider subscribing.